What is up, guys? In today's video I'm gonna be explaining to you guys how to play tank very efficiently. If you have watched my last video where I explained like the few basics on how to get diamond easily with tank, you're already gonna know a few of these, but I thought it would be very easy for you guys to understand in an actual game. So I'm gonna play Reinhardt and I'm gonna play it on King's Row. This is just the easiest map to explain things on, and I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to hold and also how to break it when we go to offense. So starting off the match, I explained in my last video, you want to be holding corners, and that is exactly what I do. I go to my first corner and look at my DPS. They're already griefing it, but that's fine. They're just running it down. It's just like, I wanted to give you guys a realistic scenario, because usually when you see this happen, you're like, oh my god, my DPS already died, whatever. They're just gonna steamroll us, something like that, right? But I want to show you guys how to be this solid main tank where you can just hold on your own with your supports. So let's start off. I'm holding the first corner and I'm just swinging my X. And basically my thought process is, I'm trying to get my ult. I'm trying to delay for my team. And also, if they're putting too much pressure on me, which they're going to do in a second, I just fall back to the next corner. Shooting them. You see? It's too much pressure on me. I have to fall back to the next corner. Okay, this charge was a bit optimistic, but now I fall back to the next corner. And all I have to do is hold them here. I dodge behind the corner, I swing, I dodge behind the corner. And the reason, like if you didn't watch my other videos, the reason why I'm dodging behind the corner is literally because the enemy can't see me. Look at this. What? Like, the enemy barely has any vision of me. I'm standing behind their Reinhardt, behind the corner, just swinging my X, and it's insanely hard for them to move forward, as you can see. So switching back to my POV. All I'm doing here is stalling. I don't need to think like, oh my god, they're low, I need to go in or whatever. No, all I'm doing here is stalling. I get a lucky kill on the Ashe. It's getting res. Like, it's not that I see the res and I'm like, oh my god, I need to charge it. No, my only job is to keep them at the corner. And as soon as I have my ulti, this is just going to be a team wipe, right? And now again, we just win the fight. I protect my DPS. And we fall back. At this point, we're just going to repeat the exact same process. All I'm doing is just holding this corner. They still can move up. I'm still holding them back. And now when the enemy Rein charges in like a lunatic, and I see the Genji dive in, this is like a very important thing. If I stick on their backline, I'm going to be there without any help. I'm not going to get heals. I'm not going to get help from the DPS. So eventually I'm just going to get picked apart. So my priority right now is get back to my team so I can help them. And this way they can also help me. And also what you can see here is, they're overextending so hard. Like, look at the Rein. They're not playing off their supports at all. Like, this is a insane overextension. And now, honestly, what we can do is just like front to back this. I get a lucky pin, like to deny the shatter. But now we can just give them one tick on the point, as we did. Like, we just gave them one tick. And now we can fight back for the point. Like, we don't have to be greedy and be like, no, they can't have a single tick. Just let them have a single tick, and then we keep going. I get my shatter again, and it's just, yeah, it's another team wipe. We're just basically, all we had to do was just play safe, fall back, don't overextend. And as you can see, this is just very easy actually to understand how. Now they got a Pharah. Honestly, doesn't change it. The only thing that's important right here is they have Bastion. I don't want to expose myself against the Bastion. As soon as he uses his turret form, I am instantly running away. Like behind a corner. I don't want my shield to get melted. I don't want my health to get melted by the Bastion. Like, look at this. I'm hiding. I'm literally hiding. It's not that I'm standing in front of him with my shield, because my shield will just get melted. I'm also telling my team at this point, hide from the Bastion until his turret form times out. And then as soon as it's timed out, we can start fighting again. And as you can see, I'm not leaving my spot. All I'm doing is zoning people from going to the point. And I am going to be the one who holds the corner. That's all I'm doing. Now, as soon as they are popping multiple ults, or like they go in with the ulti from Brigitte, my job is to keep my team safe because I see the turret form. Like right now, there's nowhere to hide, and I know I almost have Shatter. So all I have to do is just shield the Bastion damage for a second, and then ult. And we win another team fight. I actually have my first death of the game. I'm gonna get res, but my team just cleans up easily. At this point, the enemies are panicking. The Ryan suicided. He's not with his team. The Bastion is going in alone. This is a time to also not panic and just play safe. As you can see, I'm not charging into the Bastion or anything. All I'm doing is just waiting out his turret form. And now when he ults, I can actually look for him. But keep in mind, don't overextend. I'm not gonna charge in for him. I'm just gonna stand behind the wall and hold my position. Because if I go behind the wall, I am not gonna get heals and I'm not gonna get any support. Even though I pin someone and go for a 1-for-1, it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it because a tank is worth at least 2 people. And as you can see, they're having the first issue where they can't walk any further. Now they're again using Moira ult, and I know the Reinhardt is almost gonna have ult. And as you can see, it's 99%. So all we have to do here is just fall back. Slowly but steadily, I negate the charge from the Rhine. And at this point, it's just a free win. Now the enemies are going in for their last push. We lost our Mercy, we only have Lucio healing. And we have my ult coming up, and we have Torbjorn ult coming up. Keep in mind, I still know the enemy Rhine has Shatter. And they're gonna have Bob pretty soon. So right now I'm thinking, okay, I need to block the enemy Shatter. It's very important. I can't lose my shield. And right now I see a massive... As soon as the enemy Ryan wanted to shatter, as you can see, because he drops his shield to shatter my team right side, I get a massive shatter on the entire enemy team. Like this is a good trick for you. When you see the enemy Ryan wants to shatter your team, you can shatter them because like... Usually in higher elo, the Rhines play mind games on like when they're gonna put up their shield to block the shatter or whatever. And as soon as I saw that the enemy Rhine was looking at my team and he's like, oh my god, this is gonna be a good shatter moment, I shatter him and his entire team behind him. And honestly, at this point, it's gonna be a complete wipe. And we win the defense. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to break this in offense, because this seems very broken, right? And it is very strong, obviously. But if you know what you're doing in offense, I'm gonna show you how to break it. So first of all, I choose to go Winston. Now we're against the Zen, we're against Torbjorn, and we're against the Bastion. So I know if I just jump in recklessly, I'm gonna die. Like I see a lot of people on Winston just dive in, and I would legit get insta-kill because I have Discord on me, and there's a Bastion literally in turret form right now. So what I'm calling to my team right now is, okay, we're gonna wait until Bastion's turret form is down, and then we're gonna speed in with Lucio. And I'm gonna call who we're gonna go on. As you can see, we're waiting for the turret form. The turret form has ended. And now I'm making sure there's no big threat. And now I jump in. And the reason being why I jump in is because this way, what happens, like if you look at this, I'm going to jump on their backline, right? Together with my Reaper, but like even without Reaper. What is going to happen? The Bastion, the Lucio, the Zen, and the Torp are all going to aggro me while my Mercy is healing me. What is going to happen with the Rhine? Rhine is going to get left behind and most likely die, or he can just fall back. But a lot of low elo players will actually start to fight right here with my team and just easily die because the Reaper is going to drop down, flank him, he's just going to instant die. But let's see what happens. I don't even need to kill anyone. I am just here to put pressure so my team can jump in. That's my only job. My job is not here to assassinate someone. Okay, if I can kill the Zen, awesome. But if I can't, I'm not going to suicide for it. As you can see, I'm just trying to stay alive and I'm jumping out. But look at my team right now. Look at our positioning compared to like 10 seconds ago. I have my Surgeon on the left, dealing damage. My Reaper is going in right side. My Lucio is also, like, okay, he's pretty low, but they have space to move. And it's your job to create that space, because imagine if I, like look at the last fight, like the last round, the Rein didn't create any space. They had a very small choke point where my hammer was swinging. That was all that they got. So this way, I create a lot of space for my team. I get healed back up. I wait for the Bastion turret for the timeout. As you can see, I'm waiting for the Bastion turret form. And as soon as I know that's on cooldown, I can dive back in. And first thing I do is I always go on the supports. I either want to go on Lucio or Zen, and probably I'm now going to hunt for Zen. Zen's already dead, so I'm going to go for Torp. And we completely roll them. So I wanted to show you guys the offense and defense on how to play main tank, because this is very important. I don't only want to show you guys how to hold it, but also how to break it. So all you have to do is make sure you create space for your team, that the Rein cannot just hold everyone at a choke, and that's basically how you win it. So I really hope you guys learned something today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed day.
Bad bitches, but my bitch down. Everything I do is going south. Why do I bring these toxic bitches to my house? Keep on telling me I'm fine, yeah. Get in line, yeah.